Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by my video. I do hope you don't mind a little bit of background noise. I promise more quiet videos are coming. It is Monday, January 2nd, 2023. Unbelievable. I'm here to share with you some loose watercolor, well, stylized loose watercolor florals, and I'm going to begin with a very dark little center right there. And I haven't used my mop brush in a long time. So I'm bringing out my old school mop brush. My gosh, I remember when I used to use this mop brush for everything back when I used to practice loose florals. And you know, I really would like to do that now in the new year. So I'm hoping this video will gently bring me back into that little by little. So basically just tapping in the middle, kind of twisting and turning. I do have an underwash of color, primary layer of color underneath here. And it's not that I can't, mix on the white of the paper or blend on the white of the paper. It's just, it's always nice to see that bit of color underneath. Right, so let's go ahead and kind of push that back a bit. First few petals are always the hardest for me, and I do want them to touch, so let me go ahead and just bring that one out just like that. And then maybe, yeah, I'll bring in another brush. You don't need all these brushes, but I'm feeling a bit nervous because I haven't practiced loose florals in such a long time, so I'm going to go ahead and just loosen up just a bit here by just coming in. Okay, there we go. All right, so a little bit of wispy movements. Let me bring you on in. Let me stand up for a moment just to see. Yeah, it looks a lot more yellowish, but I will definitely be taking a true to color thumbnail photo. So, and I will also be uploading on Instagram. So let's go ahead and soften this edge up. And we can even bring in some of that color there on the edges. Now is the perfect time to do it because everything is wet onto wet. It's very soft. Just like that. And if you want to take it a step further, gosh, that is so pretty. Want to take it a step further, let's go ahead and bring in the leaves. I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of that olive green color from that palette, and I'm going to warm that up just a bit. I'm actually going to even bring a bit of that true green over here to the same color that I had for the background wash. And I'm going to tone down the green with some of that Payne's gray color. Yeah, I like that. So you guys get to see a little bit of blending here. And let me just loosen this up just a bit here. There we go. Nice loose wash here. And let me just begin to pull out. I've been using this number 7 Ting brush now for a few days, and I absolutely love it. So I just drop in some color and then come back in with the brush with a bit of water and add a bit of color there. Maybe the ends are a bit torn and tattered, but I really like that. It's very pretty. And move this out of the way. Let's come over here, twisting and turning, tap in, literally going right into the flower. Bringing my brush into the water and then bringing it back. And let's make another leaf there. And we can even add in some of that pretty. Oh, 1 second, please, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I'm actually very proud of my son for interrupting me that way. I'm teaching him how to have proper manners. It's hard with special needs children and social cues. I think that's the word for it. So I'm teaching him that if he sees that I'm a bit busy or doing something it doesn't even need to be, making a video, that he says, excuse me, especially if I'm talking to someone else or on the phone, because we all know how kids are. They don't want any of your attention or time, but the moment you begin to do something, especially a phone call, Ma! You know I ain't lying. All right, let's go ahead and continue working on some, well, I wouldn't call this wet onto wet now because it's a bit dry, but I'm going to purposely push the green into it anyways, because why not? You know, usually I begin a composition in the middle of the page, but I didn't think about that today. I was a bit nervous, to be honest. I'm still a bit nervous, and I can always come back and kind of tidy that up a bit later. We can even come in and add a bit of that pink color there. Very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. See, I'm a bit confused as to how to proceed because I began in the corner when I should have began in the middle. So maybe this is just practice. Maybe this doesn't have to be a composition. Maybe we can just make this into practice. And then the next video, I will work on a proper composition because I definitely need to tidy up my skills. A bit rusty. All right, so let's go ahead and build another one, paint another one. And they will all come out different. So maybe, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna rename this video for just a practice video, and let's see the different types of florals and petals that we can do. I'm having a hard time with this brush here. I forgot how loose a mop brush is supposed to be. I've been doing such rendered and stylized work for so long now, you know. All the lines are very crisp and clean. I forgot how to maneuver the mop brush. But you know what? That's actually looking pretty decent right there. So I'm going to bring in that secondary brush to gently kind of wisp out, if you will. Wispy, wispy. I do have some loose floral videos in my selection of videos on my channel. So this isn't 100% new to me. I began doing loose florals when Clarice Gomes began to, excuse me, do her loose florals as well, and I learned so much from her, so much. That's where I learned how to, you know, where to buy the mop brush, and also, you know, how to do all of this. So I credit her quite a bit with what I've learned so far. I'm gonna go ahead and take, gosh, I always loved to do that. I remember doing that all the time, just like this. So yep, this is going to be a practice session, not an actual composition piece. And this will give me ideas for a future composition piece. So twisting and turning to see what I can get there, and I'm going to purposely drop in some of that color here, and let's turn this to the opposite side. Gosh, that sure is very pretty. Wow, okay. Whew. All right, the possibilities are beginning to open up, and I'm glad I'm using this as a practice session. Let's go ahead and we can even work on the leaves too. For those of you who are familiar with my work, you guys know that the twisting and turning of the leaves was my favorite way of, look at that, favorite way of bringing them to life. So purposely just coming in with a very loose twisting and turning, and because the tip of this brush kind of splays out a bit. Now this one looks a little too fancy up here. So let's loosen that up just a bit. There we go. And let's drop in some that pretty color as well. Why not, right? There's just something about the green meeting with this shade of pink. Really pretty pinkish reddish shade here. It's just something really special about it. I'm actually going to go ahead and just join those three right there. Why not? And come over here and very, very nice. Okay, I'm actually pretty impressed with this brush, this Ting brush. All right. So we have flower number 2. So still rendered, very stylized, you know, but also keeping with some very loose movements here. Gosh, the possibilities are just flowing through my mind. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see. I think we can fit another flower right here, right? And maybe this one just has a few petals. We can tuck it into the corner right here. It's literally just a little blob of color. All right, so barely tapping, barely. Twisting and turning. Yeah, I'm gonna need to practice with this brush. Twisting and turning. Okay, don't know what that made, but let me see if I can try to figure it out. Okay. All right, so like I said, this is just practice, so what is this? All right, so I'll just go ahead and do something like that. Bring in what looks like to be a leaf, kind of cupping it up. And it's not a failure, but it's practice. I am doing this upside down, so I do get quite surprised when I flip it up right side up. So okay, so okay, it's not that bad. Okay, see how I can see the petal come all the way down, and that's because it's very pretty dropping in that color like that, and that's because I have that very light underwash. So we can actually come from here and okay, that's actually not bad at all. So who did I learn loose florals from? Well, I mentioned Clarice Gomes and Jolie Boa. I'm sure you all know who Jolie is. She is from the Philippines, and she is an amazing artist, and she just has that very whimsical, loose appeal. So I also learned from her. This was back in the pandemic, the height of the pandemic, when Skillshare had a lot of stuff for free. I'm actually going to try this one again up here. And so I was able to take advantage of the Skillshare, and that's where I was introduced to her. All right, so I'm going to switch brushes here. I'm going to give my mop brush a break because I'm actually struggling with it. It might not seem like I'm struggling on the video, but I feel the struggle in my hand and I don't like it, so I'm gonna have to just do a bit more of that so I feel more in control with this brush, and that's because I've been using it so much. So this is just going to be a simple twisting and turning of some petals here, and kind of coming here from the side. Maybe we can just make, it's from my son's marble run, short little petal there and bring it out right there. Okay, see that? I like. Very good, very good. Okay, so that is looking really pretty. I can even add a bit of water right here. This is the reason I wanted to renew my faith and love for making YouTube videos, because this is the good stuff right here. This is what healed me. This is what keeps me sane and sober. So what are my art goals, you ask? Because I know you didn't. This is my art goals. I want more of this in my life. I want to just share more as best as I can when I can. That's a lot of green. It's a whole lot of green. I don't have an actual schedule, figured out just yet. Look at that. 1, 2. Woohoo! I just want to be able to upload a few times a week, and that's when my schedule, I get my hours tomorrow after my son goes to school. And because I plan on volunteering at my son's school as well, gosh, that is very pretty. Because he's struggling at school, he is. He's going to a wonderful special needs school, but he's definitely struggling. So we thought, the teachers and me coming in and helping out might help curb some of his behavior issues, but we'll see. So as soon as I get those hours in and my caretaker hours figured out, then I will be able to say, every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, or, something like that. But for right now, it'll be a couple times a week. And again, just yeah, I'll be doing that. I lost my frame of thought there for a second. I obviously like these little ones a lot better. So just moving the side belly, excuse me, of the brush around a bit. I'm also thinking of participating in a low buy, not a no buy, because I do love my paper, my Baohong paper, but I'm thinking of participating in a low buy and shop your stash kind of deal here for 2023. I may not have as many watercolors as the artists I watch here on YouTube and follow on Instagram, but I have quite a bit to take me through a good year or so. And excuse me. So I'm thinking a low buy and shop your stash would be a good fit for me. And let's see what else. Oh, I also ordered my sketchbook. I finished my Baohong sketchbook a while ago. I'm not going to be sharing that because there are some very intense moments in that sketchbook that I shared with some lettering and some journaling. But this sketchbook that I recently ordered again, gosh, I can't wait to get my hands on it. I know I hype up Baohong quite a bit. There's absolutely no affiliation. It's just really good quality paper, especially the Academy. It's meant for beginners, but I don't know. These are definitely not beginner paper results here. So I'm going to continue hyping them up because, you know, the small business I order from, All About Art on Etsy, excuse me, they're very fast and they're shipping. It's January 2nd and my order is expected by the 4th because I ordered first thing this morning, the latest the 5th. And I don't, you know, I don't have Prime, so I'm used to waiting. I'm okay with waiting. So yeah, look at this, huh? Let's go ahead and fit one more in here. Torn little tattered edges. Very pretty. So that would be my like financial art goals. I'm not monetized, although I do see some ads running through my videos, and I don't know what that's about, but I'm not monetized, and I'm not too sure what the exact, I am, but I'm not too sure if I'll ever meet those goals because I guess you need 4,000 hours, and I'm at like one something, so if I ever do get there, I will definitely let you know, but for right now, yeah. I don't see anything from those ads. So look at me trying to build a loose rose here. So wow, I haven't done one of these in a long time, and they used to just slip right out of my hands, if you will. Let's see if I still have. Just loosen up. I'm gradually loosening up here. Oh man, okay. Hurry, hurry. Gotta get those rich loose ends there. Oh boy, okay. I do love that bit of crisp color right there. Oh my gosh, I did it. Ah! I got back into the rose. Okay, so you guys will definitely be seeing more of this as well. Another art goal tackled. Build yourself a rose. Yep, definitely. Let me bring in some of this more cleaner green to see how it looks. Oh my, it's very pretty. Okay, that's the second green here that I mixed. So let's see, it's more of a really clean, crisp, sap-ish green. These are the types of leaves that I used to paint all the time. My gosh, do I miss them. Just like that. An entire little spot of green goodness. And soften up some of those edges. So those are good examples right there. Kind of touching on the sides here. This is actually what I would do if I was doing a, you know, portrait piece. I would kind of just bring that there. Wow, we have several different beautiful florals here. You can even come back up here and just very gently bring in some color there. I don't want to kill the softness, but I do want to define the edges just a bit, just a little bit. All right, can kind of do that here. Gosh, we're already at 25 minutes pretty much. Okay, so we'll do one more. Very nice. see if I can. All right, now I'm going to really go bold. So I'm going to grab a good amount of the color. That's right. That's exactly how I feel. Pushing down, up, down, around, pressing. Okay, quickly grab the mop brush. Time is not your friend here, at least for the look I'm going for. See, I'm struggling with this brush. Pull out some of those edges. Yep, okay, I'm gonna have to, sorry guys. I'll have to come back to this one. I think I've just grown to use this one a bit more. Okay, not what I was looking for, but this is what I got. And I'm going to, you know, I'm going to take this as a practice session. And with the same brush, drop in some beautiful loose leaves. Go around that as well. And then build a leaf right there. All right, I'm coming up on, oh wow, 27 minutes. My goodness, okay. Well, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go ahead and take a photo. Well, I'm gonna turn off all the lights in just a moment so you guys can see how soft this pink really is. I don't know if I like those leaves, but you know what? We're practicing. So this was a practice session. This was a loose floral watercolor warm-up session. And I definitely need the practice. Looks like I will be watching a lot of Clarice Combs videos in the foreseeable future. I don't know if she'll ever see this video, but I have credited her numerous amounts of time for introducing me and so many of us into the loose watercolor floral world. I know we all have our favorites, and she is definitely one of mine. And really quickly, I have just a few more seconds here. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Just want to see if I can still twist and turn. Oh, it feels so good, you guys. This is when flipping this upside down. What a pretty color. This is why it pays off, even with a, you know, beginner palette like the Mei Liang palette. I don't think it's a beginner palette at all, but it's definitely worth it. That's some really pretty loosey flowing leaves there. Very nice. We can even drop in a bit of color. Oh, you guys did not see that. Apologies. All right, let me go ahead and turn off the hot lights and my dining room lights so you guys can see everything up close. Okay, turn off, pause. Well, hello there, my sweet pink beauties. Wow, look at this. Now this is the indirect light that I get during the day, so you can see why my lighting, you know, I have so many artificial lights on. But hello, hello, gorgeous. I can just do a whole page of those florals. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did and practicing, please let me know, what you think about these beautiful flowers. Wow, very pretty, very juicy, very fluffy looking. All right, I'm going to take a decent size thumbnail photo for you guys, and I'm not going to add anything else. I was going to add a bit of gold, but I think I'll just leave that for next time. Looks like I have a lot of catching up to do. Happy New Year. Thank you for watching if you are, and I appreciate you so much if you've put up with all the noise and interruptions in the background. I cannot wait to open my heart again and share with you guys what this has done for me in my recovery and my mental health. And I really appreciate you hanging around. So, all right, I still have a lot more practice to do. I'm not going to let any of that go to waste. So I will probably see you guys on Instagram with this photo, and then if you switch through it's called a carousel, then you can see some other practice sessions. All right, so yeah, I'm pretty pumped. All right, guys. Dios me los bendiga. God bless you all. Bye.